Now, reporting services integrated mode within the 2012 version is a service application. So here's what you don't want to do is go into General Application Settings and configure it here. This is the old version. You can still use this if you want to, but since we've installed the 2012 version, that's the version that we're going to use. I'll go to my Application Management, Service Apps. You notice in this case, the Reporting Services Service App isn't here. There isn't an equivalent wizard to do it all for you like there is with Power Pivot, but it's not hard to do, so we'll just go ahead and add it. I click New and choose the Reporting Services Service App. And this is where we'll give a name to our Reporting Services app, and I'm only going to have one, so I'll just call it Reporting Services. I could use an existing application pool. This would have somewhat of an advantage of saving a little bit of memory, but I'm going to be adding more VI components, so I'm just going to initialize a new VI app pool here. I'll just call it VI pool, and when I install Performance Point and other things, I'll probably hang them on that same application pool. The service account I'll use is the same one I've been using. Again, in production, you probably would have more options down here, and you would isolate these applications on service accounts, not just on one. The database server we'll connect to actually will be the one that's installed on this local machine, and it's the SharePoint is the machine name and Power Pivot is the instance name. And I'm going to go call that. You can give whatever name you want or keep the GUID if you'd like. The authentication is going to use my authentication in order to provision the databases, and that's fine. And don't forget to associate that with the default app pool down here so that it actually works. Otherwise, you'll be coming back to do that manually. Click OK. That will create the service application. And once the service app is created, I'll get a success dialog. And I do want to provision subscriptions and alerts. This will allow me to configure subscriptions and whatnot. This is a pretty easy step, but don't forget to do it. Oh, agent isn't running, so let's get that started. Connect to the engine. And it is. So let me refresh that. Agent is running. And I'll just go ahead and put in my username and password to configure the agent subscription and schedule features. The lack of an error message lets me know that that worked. And I can just go in and double check that this service is running on the server. So it is started. And I can see that my service apps are here. I would like to specify an execution account, and I'm going to use the same service account. Again, in a production environment, you shouldn't be doing this kind of thing, but to keep the number of service accounts low and things simple, this is what we're doing in this one. And this is the account that will be used whenever we have no authentication available to send to backend databases. And this will be important later on. And that's it. We have our reporting services integrated mode installed, and the basic configuration is complete.